Hey everyone, we're the Bearded Bastards Gaming Group with the Villains of Man, and this is session 30 of our D&D 5th edition campaign, The Ancient War Reborn. I'm your DM, JVD.
Hey guys, I'm Evan the Great from the Villains of Man, part of the Bearded Bastards crew here. In this particular game, I'm playing the Elven Bard Paladin Luda Silverstring of Bahamut, and we're in for a good day.
Question. So if I introduce us as who we are, and you're like, I'm part of these guys too, like, he forgot to mention me. And everybody else is like, oh, I'm Bearded Wonder, and I'm Smiley. Like, I know I'm part of this group, but Evans feels small, and he has to always say he's part of it too.
Yep.
Hey guys, I'm the Bearded Wonder with the Villains Demand, playing Vesper Nort, the Moon Elf Rogue / Warlock. And take it away.
I'm Smiley playing Ulrich Whitehammer, the dwarf with a plan to rank all the land.
Alright, Smiley, give me the recap.
We went to the Maelstrom, where we spoke in the Council of Storm Giants, the Storm Giant Queenish feeling.
She's a princess.
Princess. It's been a rough week, but we took her to the Temple of the Allfather, where we found out the betrayal in her court and were attacked by her advisor, which turned out to be an ancient blue dragon, I would assume. And we went to the portal for safety, and it crashed in. We teleported out back to Maelstrom, and that's where we left off.
No, actually you didn't. You
Actually, we chased after.
Yep.
Yeah, everything was going on. The dragon
You
was
got the two
attacking
sisters, and then you got a message from Varis that said,
I didn't get a message from Varis.
She got a message from Varys.
See, Orda does not know about it. No, you just
What
asked
is that?
her.
yeah, because you guys were talking about what to say. What did Varis tell you?
Oh shit.
Because you have it wrote down. I don't.
Did I write it down?
Man, you know how.
Okay, now we're gonna have to go through a 100-page notebook.
No, I remember like I was trying to, he messaged me,
Give us
then we
about 30
messaged him twice, and we didn't know about the big giant and everything, but I can't remember what he said after
Is
that.
that the code's starting to move?
Yes,
the cult is
yes.
moving.
He said the cult is moving. Oh, and the spies on the inside,
Yeah, they lost contact.
the Zents, the
The
lost
Zents
contacts.
spies.
Which
yes.
I will say that, like, thinking about that, what's her face's name? That is a soul of confidence that she would give that information out
Mm-hmm.
instead of acting like everything's fine. I know you don't like her. I'm just saying.
Oh, she's gonna die.
So, you guys gonna hit teleportation circle?
And we're going to Waterdeep.
Yes.
And she was going to go with
Well, that's where they're at right now.
And
is
the
at
princess is
Waterdeep.
going with us, right?
Yes.
No, she's not going.
I thought she said
No, she's staying.
She's saying she's gonna try to rally all the storm
Okay,
gods
I'll-
and find her
okay.
father.
Gotcha.
And we still gotta.
So who's guarding her?
Her uncle?
Uthor.
Okay, that didn't end up so well last time though. She's gonna
No,
die.
that.
And no, he went nuts when you guys come back because he was hurt.
Yeah.
You guys healed him. And he was like running through when he heard Emmerich roar.
Evan,
Right,
you did a
yeah.
really good job there. But
So, anyways, you're going to take conch, blow it, teleport, or are you going to cast your spell? Because you're fancy.
if she's giving us a conch,
If you ask for one, she doesn't care.
because I already used my slot.
Okay, yeah, if you want a conch, she will give you a conch that will bring you to this place. And this is what it decided to. It decided to this teleporter, so you can use it. But I guess once you have a spell, if you lose conch, you always know where this teleporter's at too. So, and you're going to fixate your mind where you want to go.
To the seal in Waterdeep in the Harper Lookout.
I got this wrong. You cannot use this conch to teleport out of this place. It teleports you in. So,
Well, that's
but
what
the
I-
teleportation circle takes you. So,
Yeah.
I gotta get all this right because now you're dealing with teleportation circles.
It's getting
So,
confusing.
yeah, and I've never used teleportation circles,
It's
but
just
every year
it's
that
just
I've
timey, wimey, wibbly wobbly
exactly.
stuff. That's all it is.
So, it's the whole, you turn into water, you fill it. Vesper and Luda can roll me fortitude saves because you guys keep failing and keep getting sick.
Or thinks it's fun.
Oh,
You've gotten a little used to it by now.
19.
Hey,
Well,
you're-
I've only failed one save that from what I recorded. The first
11.
no, Vesper, you kind of hold it in. You're dry heaving. Luda, she hits her knees and
I hate it.
And you are in the teleporter you had used almost, probably about 10 days ago. And
Was it that long? Cause it doesn't feel like.
you were gone 14 days. in the
Oh, yeah,
program.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, you were gone a while.
Been a minute.
So it's been a while. And then you've had a whole day here
Yeah.
that you've done all this stuff. So it's almost been about 20 days. But Lua hits her knees and it's all dry heave. It hurts your insides, dry heave. And you're in this crypt that's in the graveyard of Waterdeep.
I go up to the door of the crypt, knocked on it, and yelled loudly, Mirna.
I was wondering if someone was going to remember that. And you hear the grinding of the lid, and above you, the shield guardian takes the lid off this coffin.
I nod me thanks to the shield guardian.
And it just doesn't do anything. You guys exit out, it just puts the lid back on. Where are you going?
I don't have any spell slots because I gave the giant all my spell slots to help heal people.
We're in Waterdeep.
I would ask
Yeah, you're
Luther,
right.
can you get a hold of Varis or Leosin or anyone to
Yeah.
try to assemble the Lord's Alliance so we can get a game plan going on?
I'm gonna message Leosin and tell him we need an company with the Lord's Alliance as soon as possible. We have returned to Waterdeep.
You're going to send him a message?
Yeah.
Count them out. What's your
Oh.
message say?
We have returned. We need a meeting with the Lord's Alliance as soon as possible. Could be in grave danger.
Well, we're not so much great at
Well, I'm gonna tell you
get
about
a game plan.
Tell them, all of them about the big blue dragon and all that.
You already
shit.
done that.
You know what you told Varis?
I told Varis.
Tell Varis.
Yeah.
Varis should
But
be able to
just
pass
like
it on, right?
to get
Yeah.
a game plan instead of we're in danger.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We
have-
also need to rest.
Just have Leosin meet us.
Because we just left the
Yeah.
Lord's Alliance today.
Just have Leosin meet us at the same.
Yeah, you've only been gone like a matter of hours.
Yeah.
We need to rest though.
Yeah, we are going to need to rest before we take action, but we do need to get a game plan going on.
That's why I said we need a company
Okay,
with
finish
the
it
Lord's
out. What was that,
Alliance.
like 13 words somewhere
Use
around
that
there?
19.
19, okay, you got 6 words. You're using them?
Meet us at the safe house first,
Alright.
and then we're gonna go to the safe house.
Okay, so you go to the safe house, get the stitch. Varys has informed me I am with him in Acria. She has already sent a
Oh,
team
okay.
to her contact. Do not trust her.
Never. If you
Could you
know
send
that-
another one that says, do we ever? And that's it.
Your has betrayed us.
So he's gonna meet you, and you know he's with Varys.
Yeah.
And he'll meet you at the safe house. Takes you about 30 minutes to get to the safe house, and as you come inside, there at the little tavern, Varys and Leosin already have a seat. And they've got some drinks out for you guys, bite to eat. And as soon as you sit down, Varys is like, a dragon?
Aye.
In the Maelstrom, this Storm King capital.
Apparently that's one of the driving factors of a non breaking the ordning.
He just kind of like, his eyes get real wide when you say this. Like he's just kind of stunned when you say this. He's like, so you're telling me that this has been part of the cult's plan the entire time?
Quite possibly.
Like he kind of, I can't whistle or anything, but you can tell he's just like, yeah, he's just like, wow, thank you. Sound effects, guys. But yeah, you and
What did he say?
Leosin, he just doesn't know what to make of it. And he's like, so
We've been dealing with dragons, they're eternal. They've been thinking about this for a while.
and he's like, well, he's like, most of the lords have already left to gather their armies in the few hours you guys have been gone. He's like, Brunor has already left for Ironslag. He plans on gathering, men from Mithrahal and Adbar and Felbar to take an army with him just in case, Ironslag decides to take him prisoner. He was like, everybody is already setting up for war.
Now, did Bruner say he's going to Everland first?
Well, yeah, that's where they're going, yeah.
Yeah. give us a rest, I could probably beat them to Evelyn unless you teleported them out with the
He
circle.
said, yeah, that's exactly what we done. It was quickest. I mean, the quicker they get this Colossus you guys they've been talking about built, the better for the war.
We could catch up with them.
He said, he's like, apparently with Acria, we're gathering that what's about to take place is pretty big. Varis tells you shortly after the incident at Maelstrom, Vimrith, which you told him about, he says Acria's agent began to contact her and tell her the cult was ready to move from this spot. They began packing up. He says a half-dragon who calls himself Cyanrath had arrived and told him they needed to gather everything. And he was fearful that the dragon wanted the mask for himself, because remember, he has the blue mask. He says something about that they're getting ready to go to the well, and then my contact with him was cut off.
We know Cyanrath, don't we?
You don't know the blue half-dragon,
No, I
blue
think I
half-dragon's
to say
name,
that.
but you do know him. You don't know his name.
I don't know his name.
So, but now you can put two and two together.
Alright.
And she said it was cut off, and then she immediately dispersed her team to a place she told us was called Zonthal's Tower.
How far is it?
He said, on foot, it would take you days, possibly a month to get there.
How about by airship?
He said, but you're in luck. We can use a teleporter now in Loudwater due to the time that you were there. And it's about 200 miles from Loudwater. It's in the southern Greypeak Mountains, right at the edge.
Can you have the airship meet us on Loudwater?
Can try.
Oh, man. So Acra
If we're going to be
is
in battle
lying about
dragons,
this?
no matter
Accurate. I don't know. She just
Okay.
said that she told them that she was sending a team to go retrieve him in the mask,
Yeah.
is what she had done. Which her contact, the contact with her agent was cut off.
Then she ported to that place.
She didn't say nothing.
Oh, okay.
She just said she was going to send a team.
Okay.
Now, you're in Waterdeep. Remember where I showed you where Loudwater was?
Yeah.
Okay, Loudwater and Parnas, and you took this road, right? Well, you're going south from Loudwater, so you would technically, where you went to Orbar and Lorcan, and you made like this right angle. If you made another right angle, the point would be where Zonthal's Tower is.
Yeah.
So you're back to that area now, where the stone giants were. And where you have now set up the Emerald Enclave to help protect against the ones in the north. So you've actually caused quite the happening right there, and now you're going right back into it.
Yeah. Let's start a war.
So can I
Let's
try to get
start
on
a
the club
war.
to see if we can borrow the airship again?
You can
You can try.
send a
Try.
sending to the. What the fuck was her name?
I did not communicate with her.
She was nice to you. You were nice.
I know, she was.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Was you roll a 20?
It's in that 20,
Never
yeah.
mind.
What do you got though?
That's-
On that persuasion.
Josephine.
Persuasion that is a 27.
Ooh, so you've been trying to contact Cloth.
Don't you have
just
juggler
speaking,
thingy
you know.
for dragons? Does
That
it?
didn't work with
That
it.
doesn't work with Cloth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cloth is beyond that.
Yeah.
He so you hear this rumbling as you're starting to talk. What do you say?
I just say, we know where the cult is, but they're packing up and heading out. Supposedly there are masks there, and I know that you're interested in these masks. Is there any possible way you could aid us with the airship again?
He says, I have aided you with everything you need. If this is a war, you have allies there. You need nothing from me.
See, I thought he gave us the airship.
And you gave it back.
And we give it back.
I thought we just put them on hold. That's
No,
what
no,
you're
you
saying.
said, go back. We don't need you anymore.
It was like letting the dog out. Like,
Yeah, you're like, yeah, let's go. And this entire time, Vesper was sad about it because she's like, I need that to go back. And she did.
Or
But that's all he tells you.
I'd just be like, yes, master.
So now, when you speak, do you speak this out loud, or do you just kind of like say it in your head,
Probably
like
like
putting it
that.
out there, trying to contact him?
Probably almost like praying or something.
That's what I kind of figured.
Maybe either really quietly or silently. But I won't imagine I'm talking like a crazy person just in the corner to myself.
I always thought you were speaking inside of your mind.
But that's what he
why I
tells
never
you.
responded to
I
you
would
like you
assume
said.
inside.
Basically, he tells you, no, you got allies there, use them.
Okay. I'll tell you guys that Colossus at the airship's unavailable right now.
Is Zhentarim here? Or should we go with the dwarves?
Who?
Artillery? The Silver Dragon?
Hill?
Yeah.
Oh, Terry.
Yeah, okay.
She's not here, no.
Okay.
You're at the safe house with Varis and Leosin.
I was wondering if she was in Waterdeep still or she was
Mhm.
a dwarf.
I can't tell
But
you
if we
that.
can
Yeah, you can ask her.
If we can get
I'm gonna look for her once I find out we can get an airship.
if we can get
Maybe
mounts
she can give us a lift.
from how far can we go? It's up in the mountains, right?
The Zontal's tower is at the edge of the mountains,
So we
is
can
what they
ride
told
there.
you. Yeah, you could ride there when she
And
gets
so
to
that would cut our
Water.
trip, right? Once we get to Loudwater, we can get horses. And
Mm-hmm.
that would cut our trip down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably gonna be the fastest way to get there. I don't think we're gonna be able to get there fast.
Wasn't there like griffins or something? I don't know why I'm
Yes.
thinking of this.
What's her name, Hathel? The druid girl. Roland's girlfriend.
Yeah.
So, what are your plans?
I'd say teleport there. and
I'm
get
assuming
mounts.
it's getting late in the day.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to need a rest sometime. I'm out of resources myself
Yeah.
because I'm a giving motherfucker. But
We're all kind of, at least need to get all our resources back.
so we also need to make sure we have supplies and stuff before we set out on any kind of adventure. We can either rest here or in Loudwater. I'd rather rest here because I don't know what kind of state Loudwater will be in.
Leosin tells you after the commotion you caused Loudwater, I think it's best that you stay here if you're going to rest. And then when you go in, keep a low profile, please.
Hey, it worked out in our favor.
Granted, I do not look like the same person.
He said,
Am I not
he
recognized
said
me?
true. He says, but there's been a lot of skirmishes between the Emerald Enclave and these crazy stone giants.
Which we, like, out of this conversation, but we did confirm that they are not our allies, right?
What, those stone giants?
Yeah.
Those stone giants are not.
No.
No, they are not your allies.
You're the one that's underneath the crazy chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We may need to do something about Kyolithka as well.
He says, do you think that's wise with what information we just got though?
I don't mean right now, like instantly.
He said, but for all we know, maybe someone will persuade them.
From what I can tell, the only semblance of usefulness that gathered from them was from Zolto. And they doubt him. I know her own people that do not fall into this chaotic mindset. See her as wicked and evil.
She's
That there's
insane.
no exactly.
He says, but have hope. I mean, no one trusted Zalto, right?
We still don't fully trust Salto, do we?
He said, King Brunor's on his way there. And no one trusted he would hand over the primordial either. He said,
It's a fragile trust.
he said, it's true, and in times of war, this happens.
Exactly. But afterwards, who knows?
He says, if it all holds together until the end, that's all we need. And he said, then we'll deal with it afterwards.
The difference that I'm seeing though is that Zolto had a willingness to seek out peace. It's not coming from her at all.
But what's a peace to you, me, and the rest of us, and peace to a fire giant duke?
He's also a soldier, and he thinks it's battle and soldier wood,
He's thinking strategically.
and she's thinking with craziness.
It's already confirmed that she wants to wipe out half of Faerun.
They both want to win, but she wants to use fear.
She wants to
doesn't
wipe
want to
out all
win.
those small folk.
She didn't want to win. According to her own kin, she wants to literally destroy half of the surface. But again,
That's not our target, but if she wants
It's
to
not.
getting in the way, we gotta
I
have
was just
her.
expressing a concern, not a set plan,
We can't
to
just
clarify.
step aside if she
Well,
It's
doesn't
something that I'm worrying about.
Well,
at
there's
the
no
moment.
guarantee that we'll get to the encampment before they're gone anyway. So,
Are you talking about,
the cult.
oh,
The cult's encampment.
what's a tower?
tower.
So
I mean, because they're packing up though, right?
that's what her agent told her. They were packing up.
I thought we were wasting time.
Yeah, let's get a rest in and first thing.
So what type of rest you taking? Short rest or long rest?
I will need a long rest to get back on myself.
I assume we'll sleep for the night and then get up, what, about 5 o'clock in the morning or so?
I don't know. That's
I
up
only
to
need
you
4
guys.
hours.
I only need 4 hours.
I need 8.
But
Because Leosin's like, I mean, I understand the need to rest. He's like, but I mean, the more time we sit on our,
on our asses.
on our hands, yeah.
Technically, yeah, I guess it's like light activity constitutes as a rest.
No, not for a full 8 hours. You gotta rest up. Now that's for short rest. Like, oh, if you're like, whittling arrows and whatnot, that counts for short rest.
Can he sleep in the saddle?
I don't know.
I know because I literally had no spell slots.
I don't know how that works.
Depends on how you travel. I mean, I'm not stopping you guys.
I mean, if he's like exhausted, he
I can technically sleep on
Rupert
Rupert because he will be able to keep me steady.
Yeah, he's intelligent, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you guys want to rest, you can. That's just what he's expressing.
I just want to say goodbye to my mother before we leave.
So,
Yeah, she's
It's
still
already
here, right?
It's already late in the day.
yeah. I'm just saying, if you guys take, I'm not stopping you. He's just suggesting because
I
he's
agree.
worried about
Yeah.
her team getting there before you guys.
Oh, okay. And
And
again,
get past everything because you have an opportunity to gain an upper hand on the Zhentarim through this whole thing. Then before they get this agent, and then they get the agent out, he's got a mask. So the Zhentarim have a mask.
right.
And though they're allies, they have a mask, so they have something up on everybody. But I mean, if you guys will take an 8 hours, because you don't know how they're traveling.
I don't need an 8-hour rest.
And
I don't need
they
rest at
just
all right now.
recently left. So I mean, it's up to you guys. All they know is she said she was sending the team out.
Well, I'll just. I'm ready to go now. I mean,
Looking for
if we can take 4-hour rest and resupply real fast, I can say goodbye to my mother.
Would this whole
And then
like
you can
time
get a
spent
short
at the
rest
tavern
and-
constitute as a short rest?
The what?
The time that we're spending at the
That
tavern.
depends on how long you talk to them.
Yeah.
If you're to sit here talk 2 hours, sure, that counts as rest.
Alright, well we'll just do that. I'll do the thing where I get back like my level of spell slots.
So
And that way I won't be completely defensive. I can get the stuff that I can just concentrate on.
Yeah, but I'll just say goodbye to my mother and all that. And
I'm not stopping you from taking an 8-hour rest. I'm not rushing you. He's just saying,
Well, I mean,
he doesn't know
I feel-
their time frame.
I feel like we should get going as soon as possible.
I just feel like if we don't rest now, we'll rest. We're actually walk out of loud water because it'll be that late.
Yeah. But if we get to Loudwater tonight, we could always camp
Yeah, I'm
and
never.
then leave first light, or stay at a hotel or whatever.
I'm just paranoid that something's going here this way.
Yeah.
I don't mind just take a short rest so I get some spell slots back and we just hit the damn road. That's perfectly fine.
trying to remember the Harper agent's name, the one that's got teleportation service. Do you remember his name? I had it wrote down, but I can't find it anywhere. I want to ask Leosin, what is it?
Rowan.
Crow.
Belharu.
I want to ask Leosin if he thinks to actually contact him and see if he has a couple Harper agents that can teleport there to help us look for this cult.
He says, you've got the Emerald Enclave there.
Yeah, they're on our side.
Yeah, they are on our side. I'm just
And
thinking
he says,
they just know a lot of the cult
Did the
the way they
order ever go
work.
out there?
the what?
The order of the Gauntlets? I know
Yeah, they're there. Rolling.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm asking. There's going to be Harper agents already there probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Deep in.
I mean, you have a Harper
Yeah.
teleporter
Yeah.
there. And he says, and I don't want a big group. He says, that just makes you guys more noticeable. You guys are his, attack team.
Yeah.
Makes us, we're letting
Well, I'm not saying go
And
with
he-
this, but be in the same ground. That way
And
we
he,
can spread
and,
more.
he says, but here's the thing, though. Keep a low profile.
Yeah.
It's
If you
easier to be stealthy with
Yeah.
He says, I could trust you to show up with a teleporter and it's in the bottom of a tavern. And you walk out, the guy's gonna know, hey, these guys, you just walk out, he's not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
We'll contact him and let him know.
I got you.
He's like, but you guys are gonna have to keep a low profile. And he says, now how you're gonna get from Loudwater to this Zonthal's Tower, it's a 200-mile trip. He's like, I don't know. He said, you're gonna have to figure that out when you get there.
We'll go mounted, we'll cut it in half.
I can deal with the low profile. We won't even look like ourselves.
I can also polymorph into something like a bird, curious.
He says,
I can go-
but here's the thing. There's no roads to Zonfal's Tower. It's literally wilderness.
Is it thick woods or is
I've
it
turned to a bird.
plains?
Well, I'm just talking about just getting us out
He
of
says-
more without being noticed.
Well,
I can do
it's
that.
it's woods into mountains to hills to flatland.
Okay.
I can get us out to loud water without causing any kind of commotion. Easy. There's no problem whatsoever.
I mean, I can turn invisible. They'll never see me.
Easier than that. I just give y'all points of disguise self.
No, that works too.
But it's the getting there. It's
I think there's a problem.
I'll talk about-
water.
through the I'm talking about through the forest to the tower.
He says you just have to figure that out when you get there.
About how flying speed is 60 with the spell, I think.
I mean, we can always hoof it on foot. I mean, as long as they're not
That's about the, we
teleporting
can move at the
there.
speed of a horse for an hour through the air.
On foot will take you 8 days in normal pace.
What about haste? How many people can you put haste on?
Haste lasts for a minute.
I can only put it on one person and concentrate on them.
Oh, doesn't, okay.
But I'm thinking of using my view magic thing to put into the coins, so we can all have our own concentration spells going on at a time. Like fly lasts, was it a minute or an hour?
So like a minute, it's not a long spell.
I'm trying to think of a way we can just to help travel.
Giant
Alternatively, we could speak with the Immortal Enclave, see if they have a way to get us there quickly.
Well, they have griffins.
Just because they have griffins don't mean we have griffins.
Yeah, they had griffins when you were flying over the high forest following.
The High Forest has griffins, not the
Yes.
Immortal Enclave.
Well,
I know that's their big location.
That's their, yeah.
But they're not all.
Yeah.
But the
And here's the thing, I mean, you seen griffins when you were there when they came to help fortify the town and
Because I
stuff.
was waiting at the
But that doesn't mean that
They have-
they're there now, though. I mean, that's just a risk you're gonna have to take.
let's just call it golden eagles. The giant eagles.
The giant eagle can fly 8 feet.
for an hour.
Yeah, I gotta see how long it lasts. Is it just an hour?
Now,
That's Luda's new name.
That is-
Giant eagle.
when we conclude this discussion, I would like to ask something of you,
Who?
Varis.
Okay.
Like when we're done talking, I want to get with him in private.
Okay. Does anybody got anything else they need to figure out here? Anything you need to bring up to Varys or Leosin?
I will ask Leosin to try if he can scare us this mouse that we can ride when we get to Loudwater.
He says horses will do you no good.
Not if it's through forest. So.
Went to fly, and can I do it for 3 hours a day? 1 hour per spell. I got 3 or 4 full spell slots.
Leos tells you we have 2 agents in Loudwater. One that owns the keep, and he's just a sympathizer.
Yeah.
So he's not a legit harbor agent. He's like, and we've got another one, but with everything going on, he's like, I can't even promise you he'll be there when you get there.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine.
That's cool.
I mean, he's got his hands so full with these stone giants that keep showing up within, eye shot of the town and helping them run enclave out. And so, I mean, that's just a whole other little battle on its own that we're fighting that we don't need to fight right now. So your plan is to go to Loudwater and then take it from there on how you're going to get to Zonfal's Tower,
Yeah, probably
correct?
just take it on foot if we can't get any kind of mountains that'll help us.
All right, so you're going to take a short rest or a long rest?
The short rest.
So your short rest will constitute as this.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna go tell your mother goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess you guys are gonna meet back at the teleporter.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Luda? Got anything big you need to do here?
If it possible, I will look for Alteri.
Um,
Alteri, whatever it's even.
okay, how are you planning on looking for her?
Yeah, I'm not like actively looking for her, but I'm looking around because if I see her, I will ask her if there's any possible way that if she could accompany us there, she can fly us to this place.
Okay, for one,
But she's a big dragon, so I don't know if it'd be a good idea.
exactly, and you're gonna look for a person that
Yeah.
in Loudwater, which is basically like New York.
Yeah.
So,
You mean Waterdeep?
well, yeah, Waterdeep.
I was like,
Loudwater.
yeah, Loudwater's small, yeah.
The more I keep thinking about it, it wouldn't be a good idea because we need to go stealth mode. The stealthiest we can go is only for 3 hours a day, and that ain't gonna do it.
If we're on foot, but if they're on foot and they just left, what, out to today,
Yeah, just maybe an hour ago.
we
you
should
know.
meet them, no problem.
I mean, because you're sitting here having this conversation, so
I mean, because once they get to Loudwater, they're gonna have to go on foot or something like we are, so there'll be no better off.
okay. So you need to talk to Varis in private.
Yes.
Okay, about.
I want to see if he will take Snert in as an apprentice.
He just kind of smiles and he says, "Sure."
He's smarter than other goblins. He
Um,
already knows at least 3 languages.
is Snert with you when you do this?
Yes.
Snert looks at you and he sheds tears because you're getting rid of him.
It's not that I'm getting rid of him. It's that I want him to succeed.
It's too dangerous where we're going.
And I don't want to see him in danger.
You're gonna have to talk him into that because you saved him from the fat belly roll of Hill Giant, and he's been attached to you all this time. And you gotta think that was months ago.
I think he probably likes all of us, doesn't he? Like, we all treat him.
Yeah, everybody treats him cool, so I mean,
I just think that Snert would be happy, like being his own.
okay. So tell what are you gonna tell Snert?
This is a way that you can succeed at everything. This is a way you can succeed at everything. It's a life. It's one that I wasn't able to have. I tried to teach you what I can, but I'm not the greatest that there ever will be. I spend most of my time in a forwards, not in a book. And you're smart. You'll do great.
Roll me a persuasion.
18.
Okay, you need a 15. He kind of nods his head and mops the tears out of his eyes,
Goblin eyes looking at you.
and he gives you a big hug.
I give him a big hug.
And he's all it's like sending your kid off to kindergarten on the first day of school and they don't want to go. So, and he's very upset.
But I will always be around.
And Bears just kind of watches and he smiles and he says, "Come on, Snert." And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna go." He said, "You'll see a lot."
And there'll be less dragons.
And he said, and you heard him himself as he's walking away, and he kind of like takes her by the hand. He said, "You're the greatest." So, you tell your mother goodbye. You've told Snert goodbye. You can't contact O'Terry about anything. You guys meet at the teleporter.
Yeah.
Leosin's like, I've done my best to try to get a hold of these agents, and I can't contact anybody. There's a lot of interference, and I don't know what it is. He says, but good luck, and please be in touch. He says, this whole mission could change the whole tide of this war, and maybe prevent this war before it even starts.
I will hand each of them a coin that has a Scots elf in it. Become like a villager, a human.
He says that's smart. He says, like I said, keep a low profile, and if that will do it, he said, and try to get there as quick as possible. He said, I don't know when her team will be there. He's like, but it's best if we get there before them.
Yeah.
This isn't as
I'll give my hand to Leosin for a handshake
Mm-hmm.
and just tell him that I'm sorry for doubting his loyalty.
And
That I count him as a friend.
he says, and I'm sorry that I've doubted you after what you did for Vustia. He says, but no more. He says, we're in this together. He said, without you guys, I would have never realized this was as big as what it was. He says, and any doubts I've had, he's like, are now gone. He said, so please be careful and get the mask.